First up, some breaking updates from the Apex Court. Top Court allows RSS route march in Tamil Nadu, dismisses Stalin government's plea. Tamil Nadu government had raked up law and order concerns and threat to peace in their plea. We have Harish joining us on the story. Harish, a clear setback for Tamil Nadu government. RSS route march allowed in the state. Take us through the details of the plea as well as the order passed by the Apex Court.
Yes, a very big win, as you rightly said, for the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, as the Supreme Court has upheld the judgment passed by a division bench of the Madras High Court, which had allowed, in fact, allowed the RSS route march in the state of Tamil Nadu and has upheld the judgment of the division bench of the Madras High Court. So, in a way, it's a huge win because the march was to be taken out on March 5th. But given that the matter is, Supreme Court has seized off the matter, the RSS had decided to defer it. But finally today, the order has come out in its favor. Remember, senior advocate Mukul Rohatgi, who had appeared for the Tamil Nadu government, had raised the bogey of disturbance of public peace and law and order problem, and said that in 5 out of the 6 districts through which the RSS planned the proposed route march, it's a communally sensitive area. PFI is belligerent after its ban in September 2022 by the government, and there could be communal clashes. And we have even given intelligence report to the High Court in this regard. But the RSS also countered the argument. Senior advocate Mahesh Jethmanani and Maneka Guruswamy, who had appeared for RSS, said that just because there is a threat perception, we cannot give up our fundamental right of to speech, expression, and to assemble. The very rights the Madras High Court had, which had called the sacrosanct and inviolable and enshrined in our constitution, these rights cannot be given up. We cannot give up that right just because the state has raised a threat perception. And also, even if there is a threat perception, it is the duty of the state to protect us. These were the arguments of the RSS. And finally, the Supreme Court has decided in favor of the RSS, which means that they can take out the march whenever they want. Maybe the Supreme Court has set out some conditions. Remember, Justice Ramasubramaniam just read out one line in the open court that all the state government's appeal has been dismissed. So we'll have to wait for the detailed judgment to know as to what the Supreme Court has observed regarding the arguments put forward both by the state Stalin government and also the RSS. Remember, as per this Madras High Court judgment, the RSS was asked to approach the state government with 3 dates, and out of which 1 date has to be approved by the state government for allowing the march, and that judgment has been upheld by the Supreme Court today. Remember, the single judge bench of the Madras High Court had refused to give the permission, saying that the march cannot be taken out in public. It has to be done in an enclosed area like stadiums. But the division bench had allowed the march. So after the single judge bench order, RSS was asked by the state to, out of the 51 places, 41 was in stadiums, 6 were declared communally sensitive area, and out of the 3 route march taken out already, it was very peaceful. So these were the arguments of the RSS, that just merely on the basis of threat perception, their fundamental rights of speech, expression, and right to assemble cannot be sacrificed. But at the same time, so the state wanted that we are not against the route march per se, but the RSS will have to abide by certain conditions put forward by the state. But the RSS was not agreeable to the conditions put forward by the state, that all the route marches should be held in an enclosed area inside a stadium, and that was not acceptable. But they wanted to march through 6 districts of Tamil Nadu, which the state claimed was sensitive
So Supreme
areas.
Court ruling in favor of the RSS, saying that merely based on threat perception, it cannot be disallowed. Let's go across to Dharini as well on the story. Dharini, of course, this is a setback as far as state government is concerned. The ruling is not in favor of the state government. What is the kind of reaction that you're getting from Stalin government? Are they going to take more legal recourse? And take us through the plea as well, because they had pointed at law and order situation, they had pointed at threat perception and so on. So take us through the details of the plea and what the reaction of Tamil Nadu government is at this point.
In September 2022, when the RSS first initially, said that they wanted to hold route marches in Tamil Nadu, it was around the same time when, PFI was banned and that, several NIA raids were being carried out across Tamil Nadu, and a lot of people were getting detained in relation to these, PFI raids. And also, petrol bombs were also hurled at several BJP functionaries' houses and offices at that time. And it was not only about BJP functionaries, political personalities from different, political parties. In some areas, the petrol bombs were also being hurled in their offices and houses. So the situation was kind of tense in the state of Tamil Nadu, and that is when the Tamil Nadu government told RSS that they will not be able to allow the RSS to hold route marches. It's not against the route marches, but the situation is kind of tense. There might be a law and order concern, and that they cannot risk the law and order factor is what the Tamil Nadu government told. They told that we are not completely restricting this route march, but then the state government will have to put certain rules and regulations, certain conditions for the RSS to hold their route marches is what the state government told. But the RSS, on the contrary, they told that just because there is a threat perception, just because there is a question of law and order concern, the state government cannot, restrict them from performing their fundamental rights. That is the right to assemble, the right to speak, and the right to express. So they told that it is the duty of the state government to, to protect them and to protect the law and order in the state. And that just because there is law and order concern, the state government cannot tell us to not go ahead with the route march is what the RSS, counter-argued. So, of course, this matter went to the Madras High Court, and a division bench of the Madras High Court had, in fact, passed an order in favor of RSS, allowing the route marches to happen. But then the Tamil Nadu government went ahead and they filed an appeal in the Supreme Court, on the same matter. And now the Supreme Court has also dismissed all the pleas by the Tamil Nadu government, and they've given a go-ahead for RSS to carry out their route marches. The RSS, they have not, fixed on a date. They are yet to fix a date. So as soon as they fix a date, they will be holding their route marches is what the RSS are telling. We are yet to get any kind of official reaction from the state government on this. It's just been some 15 minutes since this order was pronounced. So the state government is yet to react on it. They will be holding discussions with their legal experts and decide on what to do further.
Right, state government yet to react on it. So Supreme Court ruling in favor of RSS and allowing route march in Tamil Nadu despite state government not being in favor of it. Thank you, Harish and Dharini, for bringing all those details.